Introduction. ISFPs have a strong sense of beauty. They have an amazing ability to take in and understand information about the world around them, whether it's about scenery, works of art, or the details of human expression. Because ISFPs are so sensitive to beauty, many of them are interested in visual, auditory, or acting arts. They are very aware of what is going on around them and often use art to express what they are feeling and thinking. ISFPs have a deep need for liberty and freedom. They are proud of being able to do what they want and go at their own pace. Their need to be independent affects every part of their lives, and they do best in places where they can explore at their own pace. ISFPs do best when they are allowed to follow their own interests and take part in activities that are in line with their core values and interests. They are very good at understanding how other people feel and have a natural ability to do so. ISFPs are so in touch with their feelings that they can understand other people and give them real support and understanding. ISFPs put a lot of value on being honest and having integrity. They have a strong sense of what is right and wrong and try to live their lives in line with that. This honesty is a big part of who they are and has a big effect on the decisions they make both in their personal lives and at work. They care most about being themselves and don't give in easily to peer pressure. ISFPs are not quiet and shy. They just prefer not to be the center of attention. Instead, they like to stay in the background and quietly watch and take everything in. They are known for their attention to detail. They have an innate sense of what is beautiful and are often drawn to things that make them feel good, like appreciating art and nature, traveling, and eating well. Their ability to notice details that other people miss helps them in their artistic work. They can take things as they come and are open to change. Because they want to live in the present, they are good at adapting and making do with whatever comes their way. They are also flexible in their art, getting ideas from many different places and being open to change as part of the process. They are laid back and easygoing, but they actually have a strong set of personal values and ideas that they stick to. They care most about being honest, and they work hard to make sure their lives show that. They really care about doing the right thing, and they have a strong sense of right and wrong. This moral guide tells them how to act. When under stress, ISFPs are more likely to avoid confrontation by pulling away or becoming passive-aggressive. They like things to be calm and quiet, but this might make them hide how they really feel. ISFPs may speak up with confidence and conviction about things that are important to them and fit with their views. Chapter 1. Introduction to ISFP. ISFPs get more energy from being alone than from being around other people. They value quiet time alone because it gives them a chance to think about and make sense of the world around them. ISFPs can be social and love being around other people, but they tend to be more comfortable in smaller groups. They pay close attention to the little things and may notice things that others miss. ISFPs have a strong sense of beauty and can find it in a lot of different things. They generally pay a lot of attention to how their bodies feel. ISFPs are kind and understanding because it's easy for them to put themselves in other people's shoes. They try to be peaceful and happy, and they value unity. They have a strong sense of right and wrong and often follow a moral guide inside themselves. ISFPs are curious and adaptable by nature. They like to have a lot of choices and enjoy being able to try new things. They tend to just go with the flow and be happy with whatever happens. They live in the moment and enjoy discovering new things. Many ISFPs also have a strong interest in the arts and a natural ability to express themselves creatively. They can show their creativity by drawing, singing, writing, or making arts and crafts. ISFPs also tend to be very independent and may like to live in ways that aren't the norm. They are very in tune with how they feel and how other people feel around them. ISFPs have such full inner lives that they can show their true selves in everything they make, love, and fight for. They are naturally good at getting in touch with their feelings, which makes them very caring. They are drawn to beauty and look for it in all of its forms by exploring art, music, and nature. They get a lot of joy and inspiration from doing things on their own, like drawing, playing an instrument, or just going outside to see how beautiful the world is. They value honesty and openness above all else in all parts of their lives. They like being on their own and will fight against culture forces that make them do things that are against their morals. They care most about being themselves and being true to themselves, which might make them seem odd or even unruly. Their unwavering commitment to being themselves helps them connect with people who care about the same things they do. They have a natural desire to help other people and often use their artistic skills to express themselves. They are great listeners and support people because they can connect with other people on a deep level and understand their points of view. ISFPs want to build relationships based on shared respect and open dialogue. They look for partners who are just as warm and caring as they are. ISFPs are welcome in any group because they have a unique mix of feeling, imagination, and amazement at the wonders of life. They can travel the world with ease and make meaningful bonds with everyone they meet because they are naturally kind. ISFPs like to live in the present. They pay close attention to everything and find it easy to be interested in the world around them. They live in the present and enjoy everything they come across, whether it's the feel of a soft fabric, the taste of a delicious meal, or the sound of a catchy song. They have a natural talent for putting their own thoughts and experiences into their work. They put a lot of feeling into their work, whether they're drawing, writing, singing, or doing something else. Their works become an effective way for them to show the world who they are. ISFPs have a strong sense of duty to others, even though they often prefer to be alone and do things on their own. They are driven to make the world a better place because they want to. Not only are they kind and generous with their friends and family, but they also look for ways to help people around them. They are known for putting a high value on their own freedom and liberty. They want to be on their own and may fight back against anything that gets in the way of that. They do best when they are allowed to follow their own interests and hobbies. They may be hesitant to make long-term agreements or take part in activities that make them feel like they don't have enough freedom. When under stress, ISFPs have been known to shut down and hide. They need time alone to recharge and figure out how they feel. Because they are more sensitive to negative feedback, ISFPs are more likely to feel self-doubt and criticism. In romantic relationships, ISFPs are known to be loving and helpful partners. They put a lot of value on relationships with their loved ones. They are loyal and loving lovers who put their partner's happiness before their own. Chapter 2. How ISFPs use introverted feeling, phi, and extrovert sensing, say. ISFPs' extrovert sensing, say, works with their introverted feeling, phi, to keep them grounded in the present and heighten their physical experiences. This cognitive function makes it easy for them to notice and enjoy the smaller details of their surroundings. ISFPs also use introverted intuition, NI, which helps them find connections and trends that aren't obvious. Because of this, they are able to make natural leaps and understand what events and situations are really about. NI might not be as strong in ISFPs as it is in other types, but it gives them a broader view of the world and makes them more creative and imaginative. Their phi, or introverted feeling, makes them very aware of how they feel, what they value, and who they are. They are very honest and try to live in line with who they really are. ISFPs value getting to know people on a deep and real level based on their shared values and sensitivity. They enjoy the small things in life and can find beauty in everything around them. ISFPs are very aware of their surroundings and get a lot of pleasure from stimulating their senses. As a result of this function, they are naturally curious and willing to try new things, and they are always up for a new adventure. ISFPs also have introverted intuition, NI, which goes well with what they do best. Even though their NI isn't as obvious as their phi and say, it gives them perspective and depth. ISFPs can see greater messages in their situations because they can make intuitive links. Because of this, they can tap into their own imagination and see beyond what others see. Extrovert thinking, TE, is the ISFP's least developed ability. It helps them make decisions based on logic and practicality and arrange the world around them. ISFPs aren't very good at TE, but they can use it when they need to bring order and speed to their work. Because extrovert feeling, phi, and extrovert sensing, say, work well together, ISFPs are more aware of and appreciative of the physical experiences they can have right now. They enjoy the nicer things in life and are quick to find the beauty in everyday things. ISFPs have a lot of fun doing things that appeal to their feelings, like eating tasty food, listening to interesting music, and looking at beautiful art. They are naturally able to take in and handle a lot of different kinds of information. The weakest of the 5 functions for an ISFP is extrovert thinking TE. Even if they don't put much stock in reasonable thought or organization, they can always count on TE to get things done. It helps them give order to their creative projects, make good decisions, and use effective methods when they need to. ISFPs might benefit from TE because it helps them find a balance between their natural tendency to be spontaneous and think in new ways and the need to be practical and efficient. Introvert feeling, FI, is their most important trait, which shapes their values, ethics, and sense of self. ISFPs really know themselves and how they feel, and they are always honest with themselves. They care about making decisions that are in line with their beliefs and give these values the most weight in their lives. Extrovert sensing, say, goes well with introverted feeling, FI, because it makes ISFPs more open to and appreciative of the present moment. They pay more attention to the beauty of their surroundings. ISFPs like to take in the world through their senses, whether it's the bright colors of nature, the tunes of music, or the intricate patterns of a piece of art. They have a special ability to notice and appreciate small details that most people would miss. ISFPs use introverted intuition and to complement their main functions, which lets them make deep, important links that other people miss. It gives people ideas and pushes them to look at things in new ways. Even though ISFPs and I may be less obvious than their FI and say, it gives their ideas and works more depth. Chapter 3. The Life of ISFPs. The minds of ISFPs is a place where they fight hard to be real and true to their own values. They try to match their inner ideas with how they act in the world. In spite of all the hard things that happen in life, their mental landscape works as a map that shows them the way to what is true to who they really are. ISFP gives a lot of importance to their own need for solitude. During these times of rest, they are able to fully experience their thoughts, feelings, and senses. They are very aware of what's going on around them and take in everything there is to see and do. ISFs may feel a wide range of feelings, from excitement and happiness to sadness and self-reflection. Each of their feelings is like a different color that helps them create a picture of who they are in their minds. They have an amazing ability to pick up on and understand the deepest feelings and thoughts of the people around them. Their inner world changes into a safe place where they can take in and understand the feelings they see in other people. They may also think about how they affect the people around them and how studying their own relationships can help them feel more connected to the world. They can think of new ideas and try new things because they have big brains and a good sense of beauty. Their thoughts give them a clean slate to try out new ways of expressing themselves in the arts, writing, and music. An ISFP's inner world is a rich source of creative energy. They can use their feelings, thoughts, and experiences to make art that touches other people's hearts. They are very interested in who they are and how they fit into the world, so they often go on quests to find out more about themselves. They might think about their values, beliefs, and goals to try to figure out what their lives are all about. This self-reflection is possible because of the mental space they've made for themselves, which lets them look at all the different parts of who they are. They have a high level of perceptual awareness, which means they can notice and enjoy even the smallest details. This makes even the most boring things seem really amazing. These sensory experiences, like the feel of a soft cloth, the sound of a deeply beautiful song, and the taste of a well-cooked meal, are woven together with their feelings to create great sensory experiences. Their core beliefs give them a solid base and help them stay steady even when their feelings and thoughts change. Their inner lives give them inspiration and move them forward artistically. They may put all of their time and energy into a form of art in order to show the outside world what their inner world is like. They want to share their work with the world in the hopes that it will help people connect with and understand their inner worlds. How an ISFP's introverted feeling, FI, affects how they make decisions and interact with other people. Introverted feeling, FI, is a big part of how an ISFP makes decisions and forms relationships. It shapes their actions and interactions in a unique way. FI is a way of thinking that is focused on the person and responsive to their views, feelings, and experiences. ISFPs make choices and take actions based on their gut, which is a very real and thoughtful function. FI guides an ISFP through the confusing maze of their own complicated feelings, motives, and values. Because of this, they are very aware of their own feelings and have a deep understanding of their own values. When making decisions, the ISFP uses this mental framework as a guide. They think about how well different options and situations fit with their core values. Phi has a big impact on how an ISFP deals with relationships. ISFPs are very good at understanding other people's feelings and making emotional connections with them because they know their own feelings so well. They are very good at reading and understanding other people's feelings, which makes it easy for them to form close relationships. ISFPs care a lot about making and keeping honest, open, and respectful relationships with other people. ISFPs want their love partners to be unique and different from other people. ISFPs are good at feeling what other people are going through and are ready to help them. Because they have a lot of understanding, they create a place where people can talk about themselves without worrying about being judged. Because of Phi, it's important to the ISFP to have relationships that back up their core views. They want relationships that speak to their minds, are real, and are in line with what they believe in. Because of this, ISFPs may try to avoid getting too emotionally attached to people or events that go against what they believe in. ISFPs are able to put their own mental and emotional health first because they know instinctively what they need and what they can't do on an emotional level. How introverted feeling affects the choices and relationships of an ISFP. Introverted feeling affects their tastes, beliefs, and sense of self. ISFPs are able to get a clear picture of their own thoughts because they spend so much time thinking about them. They have a natural way of getting in touch with and making sense of their feelings, which has helped them become very self-aware. ISFPs' good judgment is based on how well they can think about themselves. ISFPs use introverted feeling to decide whether or not to do something based on how it fits with their core beliefs and how it makes them feel mentally. They are very aware of the mental and real effects of different choices. ISFPs are better able to make decisions that are in line with their values, goals, and ideals when they pay attention to how they feel inside. This helps them make decisions that are in line with who they really are, which makes them happier and more satisfied. Introverted feeling also affects how an ISFP feels about relationships with other people. ISFPs are people-oriented and care deeply about getting to know others and making real connections with them. By getting into their introverted feeling, they can understand and react to how other people feel. ISFPs love partners who will accept them for who they really are on an emotional level. They respect and value the differences between people, making a place where everyone can feel like they are accepted and appreciated for who they are. ISFPs are good listeners and caring friends, which makes them good at creating a safe space for others to talk about how they feel. ISFPs also know how important it is to take care of their own mental health and limits. ISFPs may choose to end a relationship or make the necessary changes to protect their well-being if they think it goes against their beliefs or threatens their mental health. When it comes to relationships, ISFPs depend a lot on Phi to help them navigate social situations. ISFPs are good at being empathetic because they know how they feel inside and out. They can understand how other people feel because they can see themselves in similar situations. ISFPs are able to form strong bonds with other people because they can understand how they feel. ISFPs also depend on introverted feeling to tell other people how they feel and what they need. They know how they feel and are able to say what they think in an open and honest way. Because of this, their sincere expressions help them connect with other people on an emotional level. Chapter 4. How ISFPs see the world. ISFPs deal with the world with zeal and passion. They are very aware of small changes that most people would either not notice or dismiss as unimportant. They have a unique way of looking at life because they are so good at living in the moment. ISFPs are great at living in the moment, even when other people are stuck in regrets about the past or worries about the future. They are very good at recognizing how valuable the present moment is and seeing the many possibilities it offers. They are very good at figuring out how people are feeling and what they aren't saying, which lets them react with kindness. They can pick up on small changes in tone of voice, body language, and facial reactions, which helps them understand what other people want and need. ISFPs are very sensitive to their surroundings, and this goes far beyond how they feel and how they connect with other people. They are artistic and have a natural sense of what is beautiful. ISFPs use their heightened sensory awareness to share their inner world and release their feelings through art, such as music, dance, and visual arts. ISFPs like living in the moment, but they also look for times when they can be alone and think about the big questions of life without being interrupted. This tendency to think about themselves lets them process their experiences and feelings, which feeds their imagination and gives them ideas for the future. They have a good sense of sight and touch. This gives them a polished respect for the subtle brushstrokes on a painting, the play of light and shade in a photograph, or the smooth surface of a sculpture. Emotional types of art are interesting to them because they let them get lost in the beauty of what other people have made or give shape to their own thoughts and feelings. ISFPs have a lot of energy because they focus on the present. They are always interested in and open to new things, so they go out of their way to find them. They are always interested in new things and have an open mind, so they try everything at least once, whether it's a new place, a new restaurant, or a new hobby. They aren't afraid to leave their comfort zone to find the best things in life, because they know that sometimes the best things are hidden in the unexpected. They find joy in the present moment, whether it's through nature, art, relationships, or thinking. In a world that moves quickly, they are truly captivating people because they are able to fully connect with their surroundings and enjoy life's intricate details. ISFPs pay attention to small things that other people might miss. Things like a sparkling dewdrop on a blade of grass, the steady patter of raindrops on a window pane, and the soft warmth of the sun coming through the leaves could all make them happy. For the ISFP, these everyday things have a special quality that gives them a break from the stresses of daily life and reminds them to enjoy the better things in life. ISFPs have a natural ability to understand their own thoughts and the feelings of other people. They are very good at reading visual cues and noticing changes in tone of voice. They are very aware of the mood in a room and can act differently depending on whether there is stress or peace. Because they have a higher EQ, they are able to form important relationships with other people and support and care for them no matter what. They have a great sense of style and are very innovative. Whether they paint, make music, or do something else creative, they have an innate ability to turn their sense experiences into physical forms. They love having intimate talks, laughing together, and feeling someone's hand in theirs. They are able to build relationships based on trust and honesty because they can give their full attention to other people. When they have time alone, they think about their inner lives and try to learn more about themselves. Through this process of thinking about themselves, they are able to combine their sense experiences into who they are, which shapes their values, beliefs, and ways of expressing themselves creatively. How an ISFP's extrovert sense, say, affects how they interact with the world around them. Extrovert sensing, say, is a big part of how an ISFP deals with the world around them. Say is like a window to the world for an ISFP because it lets them notice and respond to the instant sensory stimulation around them. Because of this, they are able to live in the moment and take in everything they see, hear, smell, and touch. ISFPs are also known for being spontaneous and reckless when it comes to interacting with other people and the world around them. They go out of their way to find new experiences because they like the thrill of being involved in the world. This can be done in many ways, such as by going to new places or trying new foods. They are good at solving problems because they can quickly adapt to new situations and pay close attention to details. ISFPs may be able to show more of their thoughts and imagination when they use say to connect with the world. They have a good sense of beauty and may have a natural talent for making art that looks good or setting up places that make people feel a certain way. Because they are more sensitive to their senses, they can add a unique and lively sensory experience to their works so that others can feel what they feel. ISFPs also have a deep link to their bodies because of say. They are often more aware of how their bodies feel, which can make them love sports and other activities that get them moving. They might like sports, dance, yoga, or other types of movement that let them be fully present in their bodies and feel a deep connection with their physical surroundings. Some ISFPs may focus more on their say function, while others may put more stock in their mental world of feelings and values phi. But when say is developed, it makes it easier for an ISFP to connect with the physical world. This makes the ISFP more creative and able to improvise. ISFPs who have developed their say function often have a greater need for change and physical excitement. They tend to look for things that will make them feel a lot of different feelings. ISFPs have a strong need to live in the moment and connect directly with their physical surroundings. This could mean going to a live show, wandering the streets of a new city, or doing something that gives them a rush of adrenaline. ISFPs with a high say not only need new experiences, but they are also good at remembering and reliving them. Chapter 5. ISFPs' love for art, creativity, and beauty. ISFPs are very interested in art, beauty, and physical experiences. Because they are more in tune with their surroundings, they can notice details and complexities that others might miss. They enjoy the subtle smells of nature, the rhythmic sounds of music, the soft feel of fine fabrics, and the complex tastes of fine eating. They taste each experience, so they can fully enjoy the gifts of the moment. ISFPs are filled to the brim with imagination and a love of the arts. They were born with the ability to express themselves artistically through the visual arts, like drawing, sculpting, or photography, or other ways, like music, dancing, or writing. Their artistic activities are more than just a way to relax or express themselves. They are also important ways for them to share their deepest thoughts, feelings, and experiences with the rest of the world. They are very dedicated to being original and honest in their artistic work. They put everything they have into their work, giving it a lot of heart and feeling. Their creativity is a window into their soul and a safe place where they can share and grow their most private thoughts and feelings. They find happiness and peace in the time they spend thinking about and making art. By making their thoughts come true, they can learn more about themselves, express themselves, and reach their full potential. It helps them get in touch with their feelings, find inner balance, and make sense of the complex web of their thoughts and feelings. They get a lot out of any kind of art experience, whether it's going to a museum or a show or just reading about the lives and works of famous artists. They can relate to the people and situations shown in works of art and be transported to other times and places. When an ISFP is making something, they think a lot about themselves. They are so focused on their work that they often feel like they are in the flow. When they are in these states of mind, their instincts and feelings can guide them as they make creative decisions. Art gives them peace because it lets them show who they are. They enjoy making their homes, outfits, and collections of small things reflect their deepest values and tastes. They've given a lot of thought to making a setting that shows who they are and what they believe in. They are very aware of everything around them, from the way colors blend in a sunset to the way a soft fabric feels against their skin to the way notes blend together in a piece of music. They enjoy the better things in life and take pleasure in seeing, hearing, tasting, and touching the world's beauty. They are drawn to the beauty and complexity of nature. They can spend hours exploring a forest, looking at the different colors and shapes of flowers, or enjoying the quiet of a beach when no one else is there. The beauty and flow of nature touch them deeply and give them a place to rest their souls and feel connected to something bigger than themselves. ISFPs have a natural talent for making beautiful things. Their artistic sides show up in many ways, such as through visual arts, music, dance, or even cooking. They can take something simple and turn it into something beautiful or moving. Their works reflect who they are as people and show how well they see and understand the world around them. Every time they make something, whether it's with a painting, a camera, or an instrument, they do it with sincerity and excitement. When ISFPs make art, they have an experience that is close to a spiritual awakening. ISFPs are born with a talent for the arts, and being creative gives them a lot of pleasure. By making art, they are able to show how they feel, talk about their thoughts and experiences, and connect with others in a useful way. ISFPs are known for having their own style, which they show through the way they dress, and even the accessories they wear. Chapter 6. ISFP Relationships. ISFPs see relationships as a way to grow as a person and show more of who they are. ISFPs want a partner who is just as excited about new adventures and the thrill of finding out new things as they are. They are honest people who get along well with others. Because they are naturally sensitive to how others feel and what they want, they create a setting where people can be themselves. They are great listeners because they don't judge the thoughts and feelings of their partners. Because ISFPs tend to be introverted, they might value being alone and having their own space. Partners should understand that sometimes they need time alone to recharge. ISFPs might be shy and want their own space, but they are also extremely loyal and committed lovers. They'll always be there for their loved ones because trust is important to them. ISFPs have the same sense of freedom and interest in relationships as they do on their own. They like to try new things with their partners, like traveling or picking up a new sport. ISFPs are known for being able to live in the present and bring fun and energy to their relationships with others. They are known for their maturity and care when dealing with other people. They do everything they can to stay out of fights and keep the peace with the people around them. They are great at making decisions that are good for everyone because they can see things from different points of view. In romantic relationships, they tend to put their partner's happiness before their own, which can make it hard for them to stand up for what they want. Also, they are often mentally weak because they are too sensitive to other people's feelings. They make sure their partners have all the tools they need to grow and do well. Because ISFPs are honest and open, they make good friends. ISFPs are one of a kind because they are able to notice and appreciate the small things that others do for them in a relationship. They seem to be able to notice even the smallest acts of kindness that other people might overlook. They tend to think about the well-being of the people around them. They know how to make their partners feel loved and special by making their relationships feel warm and safe. Most of the time, ISFPs care more about their spouses and friends than about themselves. ISFPs value relationships that help them feel safe in who they are as individuals. They do best when they can be themselves while still having a strong bond with their partner. ISFPs are known for how much they love the world and all of its natural beauty. They look for people who like the outdoors as much as they do. ISFPs like to spend time with their loved ones in nature, whether it's taking a walk in the park, going through a beautiful area, or just sitting back and enjoying the quiet of nature. They find comfort and inspiration in nature, and they like to share these times with the people they care about. They are kind people who are deeply affected by how others feel and what they are going through. ISFPs often help other people and speak up for things they care about in order to make the world a better place. When it comes to helping other people, their kindness doesn't stop with their friends and family. ISFPs and love relationships. ISFPs have a lot of empathy, which lets them fully understand and feel what their partners are feeling and going through. They can put themselves in someone else's shoes and think the way that person does. They usually live in the moment and are very aware of what's going on around them. ISFPs respect honesty and openness in relationships a lot. They like relationships that go deep and are turned off by ones that don't. ISFPs like partners who are honest, and they're just as committed to being themselves in their relationships. They hate fighting and do everything they can to stop it. ISFPs often try to find a solution that works for everyone by acting as peacemakers or mediators. They know how to keep peace in relationships by finding a middle ground and promoting fair conversation. ISFPs are loyal partners in relationships. When they decide that their partner is the one for them, they give them their all. ISFPs love their partners very much and will do anything to help them be happy and successful. ISFPs like partners that are unique and work to build a relationship that encourages learning from each other, sharing experiences, and a strong emotional bond. They have deep personal connections with the people they love. They aren't afraid to show their deepest, most honest thoughts and feelings. ISFPs are often seen as the free spirits. They put a lot of value on self-improvement and being free from outside rules. They are people watchers who learn a lot from the people and things around them. Because they pay close attention to the little things, they are kind and caring partners. They have a knack for remembering important details. ISFPs want to be with people who share their core views and goals. They won't change the most important things they believe in just to be with someone. They have a loving, intuitive, and attentive way of being in relationships, which encourages honesty, openness, and growth. Chapter 7. How ISFPs handle conflicts. ISFPs look for peaceful ways to solve problems because they value unity. They try to keep things fun and friendly and avoid fights as much as possible. They are great at finding answers that work for everyone because they can put themselves in people's shoes. ISFPs would rather deal with disagreements in a quiet and gentle way than get into hot arguments or fights. ISFPs respect being able to do their own thing and follow their own thoughts and interests. They don't like being told what to do or how to do it. They'd rather find things out on their own. They are driven by their own ideas and values, and they are always looking for ways to leave their mark on the world. They do best when they are free to explore their hobbies, follow their curiosities, and trust their guts without being stopped. They can use singing, writing, drawing, or other art forms to show their creativity. ISFPs like it when people notice and accept their originality by taking the time to recognize and understand their creative efforts. ISFPs are less likely to fight when they don't agree with something. They like to have a relaxed attitude and are always looking for ways to get along with people. ISFPs value direct and honest dialogue a lot because it helps them solve problems. ISFPs have a unique way of communicating that is marked by sensitivity, understanding, and a high value on self-expression. They like nonviolent methods, privacy, and being in charge of their own lives. They also look for places where they can be artistically themselves. ISFPs may have trouble being bold when it comes to expressing their own needs. They might not take care of themselves right away because they want to keep the peace and unity around them. ISFPs can grow as people if they learn to be more outspoken and fight for themselves in positive ways. ISFPs have a healthy respect for independence, but they also need to connect with other people in important ways. They are reliable friends who will always be there for the people they care about. They care more about having close friends than having a lot of friends, so they may only have a few close friends. ISFPs tend to focus on the present moment and place a high value on sense events. They tend to be very aware of their surroundings and enjoy getting to know the world through their senses. They are known for being able to live in the moment, whether that means enjoying every bite of a delicious meal, touching and feeling different things, or taking in the beautiful sights of nature. ISFPs make decisions based on what they believe and how they feel. It might be hard for them to make decisions that don't seem right or that seem to go against their values. ISFPs value truthfulness and honesty, and they try to act in a way that matches their inner beliefs. Chapter 8. Work and Career for ISFPs. ISFPs try to find jobs where they can do what they love and move at their own pace. Because they are impulsive, regular jobs and strict rules can feel like suffocation, but they thrive in places where they can change and grow. They look for jobs that will let them use their creativity and make their own ideas come to life. Many ISFPs become successful in artistic areas like graphic design, photography, fashion, interior design, and other similar fields. ISFPs also have great sensory awareness and a deep respect for the beauty of nature. Many of them find their calling in jobs that let them work with animals or the natural world. They might be interested in jobs like farming, landscaping, wildlife protection, or holistic healthcare. They want to find jobs where they can make the world a better place. They do well in jobs where they can help other people, such as teaching, social work, and humanitarianism. They feel a lot of satisfaction from knowing that what they've done has helped other people. They might find it hard to promote themselves or stand up for themselves at work. ISFPs are often shy when it comes to presenting themselves. They would rather let their work speak for itself. But they need to work on their confidence and boldness if they want to make it in the cutthroat business world and make the most of their chances for growth. ISFPs need to know that what they do makes a difference in the world. They look for work that fits with their morals and makes them feel like they've done something important. Counseling, teaching, fighting for the environment, and working for nonprofits are all ways that they can find happiness. They find that working as a team makes it easier to share their ideas and learn new ones. ISFPs do best in jobs that require them to work with other people, whether it's in a team, a group, or a setting that brings together different fields. ISFPs might find it hard to work in a highly competitive or high-stress environment. They do best in groups that respect both individuality and teamwork. They could be hurt by too much pressure, too much competition, or tight schedules. They need to take time for themselves and learn how to deal with stress well if they want to keep their energy and creativity high. Jobs and work environments that fit ISFPs. ISFPs usually do well in the visual arts like painting, photography, or graphic design. They have the freedom to fully take part in the artistic process and give their work their own style and taste. ISFPs can be successful as artists in many different ways, such as freelancers or as workers of art shops or studios. They may be good at acting, dancing, and singing. They love to be in the spotlight and jump at the chance to tell stories with their bodies or words. They may find that the stage or film set is the best place for them to express themselves and connect with other people in a meaningful way. ISFPs would do well in careers like guidance and therapy, where they can help people who are in need. The ISFP's ability to listen carefully and give fair advice can help clients feel comfortable talking about their feelings and working to get better. ISFPs love the woods and want to protect the planet's natural riches. They could do well in areas like protecting wildlife, working to protect the earth, or rehabilitating wildlife. ISFPs can use their artistic skills to fight for the environment and also get their hands dirty to protect the natural world. ISFPs may do well as business owners because they are unique and like to try new things. They do what they do because they enjoy making things and have a good eye for beauty. ISFPs can get the freedom they want by starting their own artistic businesses like boutiques, craft classes, or specialty lines. ISFPs are good at jobs in healthcare and wellness because they have a loving personality and are naturally charismatic. They might enjoy being holistic counselors, massage therapists, yoga teachers, or doctors of alternative medicine. ISFPs like jobs in social work and community service because they give them a chance to use their empathy and desire to help others. They can speak up for groups that don't get enough attention, help people who are in need, or work for charities that care about social justice. ISFPs are good candidates for jobs in interior design because they have a good sense of style and can make places look nice. They may use their creativity to make a place that serves its purpose and looks great, whether it's for a private home, a business, or a special event. ISFPs may do well in the fashion and styling businesses because they have a good sense of style and can show themselves through clothing. They can work as a stylist, fashion advisor, or fashion designer in the fashion business, which is one option. ISFPs might enjoy landscaping because it combines their sense of beauty with their love of nature. By putting together what they know about plants, textures, and patterns, they can create outdoor spaces that are both beautiful and useful. ISFPs are often good at writing and journalism because they have a deep inner life and a way with words. They could get jobs in creative writing, poetry, and news. ISFPs are drawn to careers in photography and filmmaking because they are able to capture the spirit of the moment. They can use their artistic skills to tell stories or record events. ISFPs can be good teachers because they understand people and know how to get along with them. They might bring new ideas and a different point of view to the classroom, making it a welcome and interesting place for students to learn. Due to their natural empathy and caring, ISFPs may do well in the animal care and teaching fields. They help our pet friends by working as vets, animal trainers, or at animal shelters. ISFPs who have a good eye for beauty might do well as curators in museums and art galleries. They can put on show and take care of artifacts from history and art at museums, galleries, and other cultural organizations. Humanitarian and international aid work are good areas for ISFPs because they care about people and want to make a change in the world. They can give to organizations that help places that have been hit hard by natural disasters, hunger, or war. They might work as guides, camp managers, adventure teachers, or trip leaders to share their love of nature and the outdoors with other people. ISFPs may be good event planners because they are able to think deeply, plan carefully, and appreciate beauty. They know how to plan weddings, parties, and work events, and they will make sure that every detail is just right. That ISFPs are great options for work in the beauty and cosmetics industry because they are creative and have a good sense of style. ISFPs love history and art, so jobs in cultural preservation and restoration are a good fit for them. They can help keep cultural sites, relics, and works of art in great shape so that future generations can enjoy them. ISFPs can put their sense of beauty and respect for the better things to use in the field of floral design. With the skill of flower design, they can make beautiful bouquets for any event. ISFPs may be interested in different forms of therapy because they see the whole picture and are sensitive. In their search for inner peace and unity, they may look into Reiki, acupuncture, aromatherapy, and plant treatment, among other things. ISFPs may do well in social and environmental action because they care a lot about social justice and feel a strong connection to nature. Product design is a good field for ISFPs to work in because they're creative and like things to look nice. Keep in mind that this list is meant to show ISFPs that there are good choices for them. People need to look into their own hobbies, views, and passions to find the job that are best for them. Chapter 9. Self-care tips for ISFPs. ISFPs can express their deepest feelings and thoughts through art, whether they are drawing, sketching, writing, or playing a musical instrument. They could set up a room in their house just for art, or they could join a community art project to meet people who like art as much as they do. ISFPs can get both ideas and peace of mind from nature. Spending time in nature, like taking a walk in a park, hiking along a beautiful trail, or just resting in a yard, can give them a lot of energy. They can relax and recover by taking in the sights and sounds of nature and focused on the smaller details of their surroundings. ISFPs are often very moved by music. When things are hard, They might feel better if they listen to music that expresses how they're feeling. They could get closer to music by joining a band or playing in a jam session with other musicians. ISFPs need to spend time alone to recharge. They can set aside regular time to think and observe. To do this, they could do things like meditate or write, or they could find some quiet time alone to think. This is a great chance for ISFPs to think about their past events, find out more about themselves, and make their goals and interests clear. ISFs benefit from getting close to other people. It's important to spend time with people who love you for who you are and share your interests. They might plan social events around shared interests, like art shows, poem readings, or trips to the outdoors, to bring people closer together and give them memories they will never forget. ISFPs should also put their health and fitness at the top of their list. Yoga, dance, and sports are all great ways to improve physical health, but they also help people feel more in tune with themselves and their surroundings. They could also try martial arts like Tai Chi or Qigong, which use movement and awareness to bring the body, mind, and spirit into balance. ISFPs should also make setting limits a top priority in order to protect their mental health. Learn to say no when you need to, make a plan for rest, and pay attention to your energy levels. These are all important parts of self-care. ISFPs are very aware of what's going on around them. They can choose to take care of themselves in pleasurable ways. This is easy to do at home with soft lighting, scented candles, and textures that make you feel safe. They can also try aromatherapy, where they use different essential oils to set the mood or relax. ISFPs often form strong bonds with animals and feel at ease when they're around them. Spending time with pets or helping out at animal shelters can be very good for them. ISFPs can bond with animals by doing things like taking their pets for walks and feeding them, or just spending time with them. ISFPs might feel safe and comfortable by creating routines for themselves. For example, they could make and drink a cup of tea or coffee, meditate before bed, or start each day with a creative act. ISFPs feel more stable when they follow these habits, which help them deal with the stresses of daily life. ISFPs do best in situations that give them a lot of freedom and let them make their own choices. They should make it a top goal to create a way of life that fits their own ideals and hobbies. This could mean trying new things like freelancing or working on artistic projects that let them make their own schedules and show who they are. ISFPs should work on being self-aware by paying attention to their needs and wants and changing these methods to meet those needs. ISFPs who put self-care first can do well as artists, find inner peace, and live worthwhile lives.